Marksman rifles have been the secondary weapon of choice for many agents since launch, as they provide much needed range and one-shot, one-kill capabilities. Let's take a look at the best-in-class marksman rifles for Update 1.5. What's going on, ladies and gents? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and as you requested in today's Division video, I'm going to cover the best-in-class weapons for the Marksman Rifle classification. Currently in the game, there are 6 weapon archetypes in the DMR classification. They are the M1As, M44s, M700s, SCAR H's, SRS's, and SVDs. I will strictly be using the raw-based damage stats found in the data mine for Update 1.5 for both burst and sustained damage, and include some of my thoughts as to how each weapon performs. This doesn't mean that a low-ranked weapon cannot outperform a higher-ranked one, as this ranking system does not take into account damage rolls and talents, and only takes into account the raw weapon damage numbers of each archetype. In 6th place are the SRSs, which include the Covert and A1 models, and this DMR was never destined for anything but last place. The SRS features decent stability and accuracy, but has the lowest base damage figures of any of the bolt-action rifles. In addition, a low base starting magazine and the slowest fire rate of any weapon in this classification hold the SRS back from climbing the DMR depth charts. In 5th place are the M700s, of which the Carbon and Tactical are the only models to use, as they allow the use of a mag mod. Honestly, I was truly surprised by where this weapon falls into the classification, as I really enjoyed using my Carbon model for this review. The M700s have the highest base damage figures of any DMR with a mag mod, only being surpassed by the classic and hunting M44s for single shot damage output. The M700 is the best bolt-action DMR for sustained damage, but suffers overall in this classification due to low rate of fire and small starting magazine size. In 4th place, and just edging out the M700s, is the custom M44, as it is the only M44 to allow the use of a magazine mod. The custom M44 took this spot by the narrowest of margins due to its 1 round per minute more than the M700s. The M44s have the second highest base damage figures of any DMR and have been the go-to bolt-action weapon for agents since launch. For those of you looking for even more damage output, the classic M44 is easily the hardest hitting DMR in the game, but does not allow for a magazine mod. The M44 is a capable rifle, but like other bolt-action DMRs is held back by slower rate of fire and smaller magazine sizes. In 3rd place is the SVD, and the gap in sustained damage output between the SVD and the M44 is tremendous due to the rate of fire and magazine size. The SVD has been a favorite of agents ever since it was introduced to the player base in Update 1.3 due to its exceptional stability. However, in terms of sheer damage output, the SVD has the lowest base damage per shot of any DMR, but is able to maintain this 3rd place due to its base starting magazine size and RPM. Overall, the SVD is a good choice for players looking for sustained damage for PvE missions, as it is much easier to control than the top 2 performers on this chart. In 2nd place, and just falling behind the leader, are the SCAR H's, which include the Military, Police Mark 17, SOCOM Mark 20 SSR, and unique Tenebrae rifles. The SCAR H's have the 2nd highest fire rate of any of the DMRs and have decent overall base damage numbers. Where the SCAR H's truly excel is with base starting mag size, as they double the next closest rifle. Among the SCAR variants, the Military and Tenebrae variants are slightly more powerful than the other models and allow for extra base damage. The SCAR H's are the clear winner for sustained damage amongst the DMRs and therefore best for PvE, but can be a bit of a handful to fire rapidly due to high vertical recoil. In 1st place are the M1As, and I triple checked my figures before making this claim, as it just edges out the SCAR H's for burst damage. The M1A has base damage figures between the SVD and SCAR H's, but pulls ahead into the top spot due to its high fire rate and decent base starting mag size. In particular, agents should focus on the Historian, as it has a higher scaling factor for firearms and the highest base damage amongst all of the high fire rate non-bolt action DMRs. The days of players strictly looking to loot a god roll M1A are long gone, as they have been nerfed back into a more balanced position amongst their DMR counterparts. But according to the meta for update 1.5, the M1A is back on top for burst damage and therefore best for PvP. As always, I would love to hear what you thought about my best-in-class Marksman Rifle weapon review for update 1.5. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. In addition, if you could take the time to rate the video with either a thumbs up or down, it would be greatly appreciated. If you want some more LtBuzzLitebeer and my Division content in your life, feel free to sub my channel and follow me on Twitter at LtBuzzLitebeer. If you have questions about any weapon in the Division, look no further than my comprehensive weapon review playlist to answer any and all of your questions. And remember, from my channel, likes, comments, subs are loved. Until my next The Division video, this has been LtBuzzLitebeer saying peace out.